Hey there guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another best class setup in Cold War video. We were grinding over that double XP weekend that just passed, and we managed to get the Akimbo Magnums unlocked, which is absolutely hilarious. This is mostly courtesy of my boy P-Source. Of course, he did try this out for the first time. He unlocked it in zombies and was like, hey, this is pretty good. And then I tried it and I love it. It's so fun. So we're going to be sprinting around everywhere, blasting people away with Akimbo Magnums, which is absolutely hilarious. But just before we do that, make sure you do hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on if you have not already done so. I do very much appreciate it, and it does very much help me out. We're of course looking for 4,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and if we could get there, that would be absolutely insane. So if you want to help me out, feel free. Alright, so let's just jump straight into our Akimbo Magnum class setup here. Of course, you will see the primary as usual. This doesn't really make too much difference as we aren't going to be running around with anything specific. We're using the XM4, but we don't have to go over the attachments or anything like that for this particular weapon, as we won't be really using it at all. Of course, we do have the Magnums here, and we'll talk about that more in just a second, but the most important thing is a little bit interesting here, and that starts with the tactical. We are actually taking the smoke grenade. Now, when we are doing this on Nuketown, which is where I like to use these pistols most of the time, they're going to be a good close range option, but specifically on Nuketown, you got to chuck a smoke grenade in the middle of the map, then cross into the other enemy's house, and then you can just wreak havoc from there. So a smoke grenade really does help us with that, but a stim shot is always good. Then in the lethal slot, you can pretty much choose whatever you do prefer here. I like the Semtex because I'm actually having really good luck sticking it to people at the moment. C4 is also good as well, but you can pretty much choose whatever you do prefer in this particular slot here. In the field upgrade slot, we're going with the field microphone because I really love having that little circle being able to tell exactly where people are. But especially on Nuketown, Jammer is actually really good. You can stick one in one of the houses and that eliminates any of the information that the enemies will receive about the house, so you can get away with not running Ghost if you are running a Jammer. In terms of our wildcard, of course, we are going with Perk Greed. Gunfight is useless because we aren't using our primary weapon. Lawbreaker is kinda cool, but also Danger Close can help you a little bit with actually having extra ammo to fire. But with Perk Greed, we do get 2 perks in each slot. And making use of that, we do have Flak Jacket at the moment, which is basically a mandatory option for not dying to those explosives. And Forward Intel is fantastic for letting you know where people are spawning, which is super busted in this game. In the Perk 2 slot, we do want Gearhead for getting that extra piece of field upgrade equipment on the ground. You can hold up to 2 charges of field microphone, which is super strong. And then we also want Scavenger because getting that extra ammo off players we do kill is really important. In the Perk 3 slot, we are of course going with Ghost and Ninja, which is super powerful combination for running around basically with just Akimbo pistols. Being able to blast people away is super fun here. So as you've probably been waiting for, I know a lot of you look at these and they are my favorite class of weapon. They're my favorite style of weapon in Modern Warfare. They were my favorite, and this is no exception. They're really good too, so that's super good. In terms of our attachments, we are looking at that SOCOM Eliminator. This just reduces that sort of vertical recoil control that can be fairly significant with some of these Akimbo pistols. It also reduces our muzzle flash, meaning we stay off of that minimap for longer, which is super nice here. In the barrel slot, we are going for this big bad boy, the 7.2-inch Task Force barrel, of course, for that 17% increase to our damage, as well as a 40% increase to our damage range, and 120% increase to our bullet velocity. This does increase our vertical and horizontal recoil control, making it much worse, but again, we've sort of fixed that up with some other attachments here, so that's not too big of a deal. Plus, when these bad boys are doing 88 damage a bullet, you only have to hit someone twice and they will die, which is super strong here. In the body slot, we're of course going for this SWAT 5mm laser for that 35% increase to our hip fire accuracy. No downside because we aren't aiming downside here. You can pretty much just run around and hit fire people, which is absolutely hilarious in this game. These are definitely going to get nerfed soon enough, so if you are unlocking them, make sure you do it as soon as possible to make use of this absolutely busted combination right now. Then, of course, the magazine for that Salvo 12-round fast mag. Of course, you reload very quickly with this. You reload all of your bullets at the same time, meaning we do have 12 bullets of fire, and we can continue fighting people very quickly here. And then lastly, of course, you want that dual wield Akimbo pistol in each hand is very strong in this game. So we're just going to jump into some gameplay right here and mess around and have a fantastic time for sure. Oh, look at these bad boys. Look at these Akimbo pistols. Akimbo Magnums are super hilarious combination in any game, but this just feels right. Like, this just feels awesome. So essentially all we are trying to do here is get across into the enemy house and just clean up shop. So for that we need to chuck... We do actually need to chuck that smoke grenade in the middle there and get across the middle of the map as quickly as possible, because if we don't, we're probably going to die here. So... Oh, that's not good. Alright, so that's all our main objective is. And I'm probably going to cut some of this gameplay out until we get into the actual house and start like terrorizing people, because... I mean... Once we start doing our thing, it's pretty goofy. Once we start ripping people, it's pretty great. It is... No. We got caught on the bin, I'm pretty sure. We don't want to push up too far, though, because that will sort of mess around with the spawns and stuff, they'll flip, and that's, of course, a very bad thing. But we can sort of push up here a little bit. Maybe... Is that dude seriously just like... Yep, he's just laying down in the backyard. Having a sleep. Wait for somebody to walk into us. We just launch a couple of shots at him, and they die. I mean, 2-shot kill. Goofy as. Just this... Oh... I'm just gonna do that, just so we get that guy out of the way. Nice little reload here, of course. Reloading all the shells at the same time is super, super strong. Is he pushing in from behind? He is. Yeah, the spawn's flipped. They flipped. So that is kind of bad. That's okay. We can make deal with that. They are... Do I want to... No, I should not have done that. That was very foolish. I should not have done that, but it's okay. Oh boy, we gotta go. Oh, we gotta go. Oh, just give me a second. Just give me a second. It's tricky out here. It does help if you do crouch, of course. If you are crouched, your hip fire spread is slightly smaller than it was previously, which is always nice. But man, I don't even want to capture this. Playing the objective is a surefire way to get you killed in this game. Like, a lot of people don't really play the objective, and it's gonna get you killed most of the time. So. Of course, chucking that smoke grenade down, trying to get across the other house. Not seen, I'm pretty sure. There's somebody up here. No, that's fine. Just in the middle of the courtyard. We shouldn't have been there. But you can see, if you are hitting your shots with these, which is fairly common. Like, honestly, if you are crouching and stuff like that, you're making full use of your movement options. If you are crouching and stuff, you're pretty much going to hit most shots, and then it's just a 2-shot kill. Which is great. Like, that's as simple as it is, really. You just walk up to somebody and go, dude. I love it. I'm actually stuck here. Nope. Oh boy, bit of fire there. That's okay. Is he? We'll check the field microphone down there, which is always a good spot because it's good to have more information about where people are spawning. He's coming in the bottom. One more. Nope. Okay. Oh boy. We're going to head upstairs and back out the window. Oh, no. See, this is why the field microphone's so good. You have an exact idea of where people are. They're like... There's nothing that they can do. Like, if they walk into the field microphone, which they do, which just get destroyed, which is not ideal. If they walk into it, they dead. They dead. That's pretty much as simple as it is. Keep an eye out for boys. Oh, missed him. Oh, boy. Oh! That was a little bit confusing. That was interesting. We're very close to our... we are very, very close to our grenade guy. I can't remember what it's called. The war machine. If you miss your shots, though, it's over. This seems to be a little bit easier to use as well than something like the... what was the other one? The 1911s. Mostly because the recoil control is a little bit more consistent. The hip fire spread's a bit smaller, so it is easier to kill people with these rather than the 1911s, but you're more forgiven if you are using the 1911. So that's sort of the difference there. You're going for like maximum damage versus like hilarious damage. So choice is yours, really. All right, so across the courtyard we go. We're gonna pull out this bad boy and probably die almost immediately. All right, that's not. Oh, that's gone pretty badly as it turns out. But at least we got a UAV and we'll eventually get across the courtyard, which is all we're after, really. Chuck the smoke grenade there. Ooh, we shouldn't have got that guy there. That was... Alright, we're in. This is all we're after here. Chuck the field microphone just there, and we will... Oh, it's a little bit rough if you miss your shots. Yeah, it can be hella rough if you start missing your shots or you have to get like run up on like that because the fire rate isn't really there, but you can still do serious work with it. I mean, it's pretty hilarious how strong this is. I think somebody else is using the smoke grenade strategy as well, which actually surprisingly helps us. Like having somebody else use a smoke grenade as well actually does make it a lot easier. Take that through the middle, of course. Do actually want to run through the middle, which is okay. It's usually not the best option, but because we do have the smoke grenade. Okay. Alright, we should be able to get a pick in here, especially if... Yep. Alright. Still a little scared about pushing up so aggressively, but I mean, it is what it is. We'll push up into here. Still don't really have a lot of movement because there is a jammer there, which is... That's pretty bad, but it's okay. We can make do. We'll just sort of cause havoc in this particular spot here. Wait for somebody to... Yeah, he saw us, which is good. Oh boy, hopefully there's not a second person coming around here right now, which is... That's good. No, we missed again. See, that's what I'm talking about here. Like, if you miss your shots, you're probably going to die. Like, the fire rate just isn't there for you to recover if you are, of course, missing. But if you are hitting them, I mean, what can you do? Like, it's over and it's a lot of fun. So we're going to have our final thoughts on this in just a second here. So with our style of class setup that we're going for at the moment, it's not ideal. Obviously, you have to make some concessions here to just be running around with this as your main weapon. But if you are just using this style of class setup with, like, the Akimbo pistols and stuff like that, running around with this as your sidearm, this is the perfect addition to any class setup. It's basically like having a shotgun. You're running around with your SMG doing your thing, and then somebody does get too close. You're out of SMG ammo, you pull out your magnums, blast somebody away. It's absolutely perfect. Of course, running around with this as your only weapon is not going to be ideal, but it is a lot of fun. So the Akimbo Magnums, Dual Wield Magnums are an awful lot of fun in this game, and they're actually very, very powerful. Thank you so much for watching this. I do appreciate it, of course. Make sure you hit that subscribe button with those notifications turned on if you have not already done so. I do very much appreciate it, and it does very much help me out. And of course, I will see you in the next one. Bye!